Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and past over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello, happy Monday, good evening or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Of course, I'm Lauren Grace, and I am a medium and a seer, and I'm also a business mentor. And thank you so much for joining me today. I see everyone's just coming in, so I'll just let you settle in, grab yourself a cup of tea or a coffee or water, whatever suits you, and just settle in and know that you are welcome here. So just before we kick off today, and just a friendly reminder that I am a medium and a seer. So if you've got any questions, or if you want a general reading, anything like that, please do leave a comment for me. If you could also share this with your friends, those who you think might be interested, could benefit from this, that would be fantastic. And if you'd like to have your own private reading with me, I've put all my links to everything in the comments. So it's all happening basically. All right, so what I'm going to do actually before I get started is I'd like to lead you in a heart breath. So what I'd like you to do is just feel your sit bones on your chair, wherever you're sitting. I want you to close your eyes. And if you feel called to, I want you to put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your left hand. We're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's just do that together. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And in, out, and one more. And as you keep your eyes closed, I want you to feel yourself here in this moment. And I want you to remember that there is nothing wrong with you, that you are perfect just as you are, that you are so supported by your spirit guides and your angels and your past over loved ones and your higher self. You are never alone. And all you need to do is ask if you ever need support, if you ever need encouragement. And it's safe for you to ask, and it's safe for you to receive. And so it is. It's done, it's done, it's done. All right. Let's get to the fun stuff now that we've got that out of the way. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull an affirmation card for you, and I'm going to pull it from Gabby Bernstein's absolutely gorgeous deck, Spirit Junkie. And I love this deck because it's just got such positivity. It's got light and color and rainbow and beauty and all of that in it, and I just freaking love it. A reminder as well that if you don't get a reading today, that somebody else is probably asking a similar question. So there's always going to be lots of advice that it's going to pertain to you. So just, I hope you'll stick with me for the hour, and, just remember that spirit works through other people. So sometimes spirit might actually get me to answer someone's question because they know that there are 5 or 10 people on that really want the answer to that similar question. So it's always so fascinating how that works. Okay, so the affirmation or the thought today is, I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. And this is just a gentle reminder as well that, when we're spending time with people, that they're always influencing us. And it's important that we spend as much time as we can with people that lift us up and make us feel good. And whenever possible, we limit our interactions with people that don't do that. All right, let's get to the comments. Thank you so much for all the love and light so far. So many people. Hello, Zenaida, my girl, Carrie, Mila, Michaela, Anne, Christine, so many people. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful. So just continue to comment because, as you know, I always try to do readings for people that are on the call. And after I do a reading for you, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit of validation or feedback, validation, of course, would be great, but feedback would be fantastic. All right, let's see who we go for. Okay, Bo. Let's go with you. Bo Williamson from Australia. All right, awesome. I'm in Australia as well. Love that. All right, let's do a reading for you. So any guidance around work? Okay, number one, when I'm first connecting with your energy, I do feel a little bit of anxiety. I feel a little bit of nausea. So that concerns me a little bit. Makes me think that you've got some worries or some fears around your work, okay? Now, one of the things that's important to remember is that in our anxiety area, our solar plexus chakra, which is in the middle of our body, in our tummy area, that's the solar plexus chakra. And that's the area that really assists us with courage, with willpower, with stepping into our power, with being brave, okay? And the color associated with that is yellow. So if this is something that you're working on, I feel that, you know, being brave, speaking up for yourself, being confident and secure and strong, okay? I really want you to see if you can invite in the color yellow whenever possible. You can also eat yellow foods, which is going to help get out in the sunlight, things like that, which is really going to assist you with that. I hear that. One of the things that they also want to talk to you about is doing a little bit of work in your base chakra or your root chakra. So your root chakra is your red chakra, which is located sort of below the knees, I guess you could say. Okay, and that is the color red. And that chakra is actually about security and safety. So very often when we're struggling, I find in my experience anyway, when we're struggling with the solar plexus chakra, with the feeling of belonging, with the feeling of willpower, of courage, of bravery, a large part of that is because we also struggle with feeling safe and secure. And that safety and that security comes from that red solar plexus chakra. Now, one thing I will do, and I do sometimes mention my podcast in the show because I spend a lot of effort in it and I'm working on it. And I also interview a lot of really amazing people. So I have a podcast called the Afterlight Podcast. And that's all one word. And I've got new episodes every Thursday. But a couple in December, I had 2 episodes that I put out live that were all about the chakras. Okay. And so I think that you could actually get a lot of clarity and a lot of support from that episode. Okay. So let's see what else I can pull from you, however. But I think you just left me a comment. Let me see here. I'm a support worker and one of my clients is moving away, making sure we'll continue to still have hours and enough work. Okay. Now, number one, I want to tell you that when we have fear, what happens is we shut down the flow of abundance. And one thing that I have learned a lot recently is that the heart is the gateway to everything. So if you're feeling concerned about security and safety, which is, you know, financial and otherwise, and you really want to do a little bit of work on that base chakra. But whenever you have those fears of insecurity, of not enough, of lacking, I really want you to come back to the heart. Okay. I want you to notice when you have that thought pop in, right? So what's going to be happening? You're, you know, having a coffee or you're sitting at home and you all of a sudden you just start spiraling and you're going, oh no, you know, so-and-so's left. I don't have enough hours. You know, I don't have enough participants on my roster to fill my hours, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What you want to do is you want to come back to the heart space. So you can hold your left hand on your heart and your right hand above that. And I want you to breathe in all the love you have for your family, all the love you have for your pets or your children or your partner or yourself even, or your friends. And I want you to transmute that energy of fear into energy of love. And even as I say that and I connect with you, I feel that so emotionally for you. And what's that doing? That's taking you out of that fear space. That's taking you into that realm of love, of receiving. Okay. One of the things they're also telling me is that sometimes you have a challenge with confidence, with feeling like you're not good enough. Okay. And it's important to remember you are good enough. Now, I actually am a business mentor also, and I work with a lot of people involved in the NDIS. And one of the things that I know for sure is that when you're good at your job, you will not struggle for hours. So it's just important to let your employer know that you're available for more hours, to let them know by calling them or dropping in, saying yes to shifts, things like that. Being a yes person for a while, I think will really assist you as well. Okay. I feel like that's your message and I don't need to pull a card. So if that suits you, that would be great. Oh, I hear that. Okay. They're telling me to just pull a card. So I'll do that. Move one. Let's go with the Animal Kin Oracle. Love this. Oh, okay. I hear that. Thank you. Okay. So one of the things they're also saying is they'd like you to work on a gratitude journal. So they want you every day to write down 5 things that you're grateful for. And when you actually physically write it down instead of just list it or saying in your head, it's really, reinforcing that. What that's also doing is it's getting you to think about all the things that you're grateful for and all the things that you have versus the things that you may be lacking, right? Which we know is not real. You're not really lacking anything because you've got everything that you need. So it's just about focusing on that. I did, truth confession here, I did around 134 days of gratitude in a row, I think it was. I've just recently misplaced my gratitude journal, believe it or not. I've gone 6 days without doing it, and I felt a complete difference. I felt like my energy wasn't the same. I just felt like something was a little bit off. So I really strongly encourage you to do your gratitude journal, and anyone listening. I remember when I first heard that, I thought it was sort of cringy, and I thought, I'm grateful all the time. I see everything. I go, grateful, thank you, more, please, all that. But when you take an actual minute and you write down the things you're grateful for, it really does start to put you on that vibration and that frequency. Okay, so a card for you. Still feel a little bit of anxiety for you. But remember, come back to your heart when you feel that. The other thing that you could do is clap 3 times in your solar plexus area. You kind of imagine there's like a bit of a gray cloud there with that worry and that anxiety. Clap it out, clap it out, clap it out. You can also take 2 fingers and you can tap on your collarbone. That's really helping to shift that. So I often do that and then breathe in and then breathe it out. Again, it's in that heart space. All right, I'll take 1 card for you and then we'll move on to the next person. And again, if you could let me know if this resonates with you, that would be great. Okay, I love this. Okay, so you got the dolphin card, and the dolphin card is saying play. And one of the things that I just absolutely love about the dolphin card is, number one, dolphins really high frequency energy, high vibes. Okay. But this is reminding you to have fun. When we get so serious about whether or not things are going to work out, we forget to have fun. We forget to enjoy the moment. And that's what they're telling you to do. So your homework, gratitude journal, breathe through the heart, root chakra and solar plexus chakra research. Check out those episodes if you feel called to on the Afterlight podcast with Susan Corso that I interviewed, and then get out and have some fun. Okay. Hopefully that resonated with you. I would love to hear your feedback. All right, let's do it. I love all the emoticons that everyone's got. They're so beautiful. Jocelyn, I would do our future reading, please. Thank you kindly. Ooh, I love all that. I love the color and the hearts and the butterflies and the flowers that everyone's giving me. It's so great. Keep it going. Oh, and then Jocelyn, you just posted this one as well. Let's put up both. I love that. I'm such a fan of color and light and magic and all that stuff. Okay, Jocelyn, I'm just going to write your name and connect with your energy here. And I'm just going to listen as well and see what they've got for us. I do feel like I have an older man in spirit too that's just stepped in. Come on through. I feel like he's got facial hair of some sort. He does strike me as being smaller in stature. I do want to put him maybe around 5'10", 5'9". He is an older gentleman. I would put him around his 60s. I feel like he's got light grayish hair. He's got a really nice personality. I feel like he's a little bit rounder, sort of. I feel like his skin is sort of olive. Yeah, probably olive or brown. Okay. He just strikes me as it's like he's It's like he's a fierce protector over you. It's like when I'm connecting with his energy, I'm feeling a lot of emotion in relation to you, like he's watching over you. Can you just step beside Jocelyn though, or behind her, so I can see what side of the family you're on? I do want to put him on the mother side of the family, okay? So it could be a grandfather is sort of what I'm seeing here in the way that he's positioned for me. That's great. If you want to come on through and just tell me a little bit more, you want to connect to my energy, that's all good. Step right in. I want to talk about the throat in relation to this gentleman, okay? I feel like there's a heaviness in the throat here. I want to cough, and there's a bit of a sore throat. When I connect with throats, it's often about communication, thyroid. It could also be affecting of the respiratory system, which could be a cause of his passing. Yeah, but I definitely feel like there's a real throat connection here. Now, sometimes what our past over loved ones do as well is they want to bring up things that we need to think about. They want to bring up things that maybe we're not communicating about, and they want to acknowledge that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's like I want to talk about playing cards with him as well. I feel like playing cards was something that he really enjoyed doing. And then he also wants to show me that he really enjoyed reading the newspaper as well. So he's showing me a couple of his hobbies that he was interested in. I feel like he wants to talk a lot with his hands, and he talks a lot about food and eating. It's like I want to talk about pasta. I want to talk about carbs, things like that. But I feel like he's got a really nice, fun energy now, which is really coming through. He's really showing me like, oh, this is awesome. Like he's really excited about it. I really want to use my hands. I really want to use my arms right now. So he's really showing me that kind of energy. I love it. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. So what he's showing me right now is he's showing me a bridge, and he's talking about crossing the bridge. He's talking about walking to the other side. So it's like there's a bridge, kind of like a small bridge. I feel like there's quite an arc on it, and it's like a pedestrian bridge, and he's talking about walking over it, and there's water underneath it. Now, when he was showing me the bridge analogy, I do feel like he's talking about you needing to cross over to the other side of something. So I feel like maybe you're on the cusp of something. Maybe there's a change coming for you that's imminent. Maybe you're about to make a new discovery or a new direction, and you got to kind of cross over that bridge to get to the next side. I hear that. Thank you, sir. Very good. One of the things, too, when he's talking about the bridge and we've got the water feature here, his feature is all about emotions. Water is all about emotions, and water is also about intuition. Okay, so it's just the acknowledgement of you listening and tuning into your emotions, which are always guiding us, and your intuition, which is always guiding us, and crossing the bridge and getting onto the other side. And he's like, you can do it. He's like super excited. You can do it. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Love that. Let's pull a card for you, though, before we go to the next person. I don't know what deck for you. Okay. Let's go with this one. Let's go with the Enchanted Map Oracle. Okay. And we'll just see what we get here. And again, Jocelyn, if you've got any feedback, that would be just so great. Would love to hear that. I feel like this man is so funny. He's just got such a great sense of humor. It's so interesting to me whenever I connect with spirit, because sometimes, I pick up on the personality of the person. So some people, they're not really like that. They're more chill, they're quiet, but other people are really loud and really excitable and really excited. And he feels like that to me. Okay. Yeah, she knows. I told her that already. He's just enforcing mother's side of the family. So I'm just reiterating that to you. Okay, great. So a card for you is, Golden Palace. Hello there. The Golden Palace. I love that. And that's also number 23. And 23 is a 5 because 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5 is the number of change. Bam. Number of change. But one of the things that I think it's really important to acknowledge is that this gorgeous card is a golden palace. And what do we see with the golden palace? We see everything working out, everything turning to gold. It's so wonderful, right? It's about stepping into that power and that gold and being able to receive all that. Now, one of the things I want to mention too, which is also demonstrated here in this gorgeous card, is the roots. So it's important that we stay grounded as well, because sometimes what happens, we get too much in our head. I don't know about you, but that happens to me. And it's important that we stay grounded. So yoga is really good for that. Walking, having bare feet, walking around in nature, hugging a tree, that sort of thing is going to be really, really good as well for you. Wearing red, working with plants, all that kind of stuff is going to be good to ground you, because as you move into this new direction, I feel like you're stepping into your power and opening up to some amazing stuff that's really happening. And so it's just important that you also stay grounded so you can stay level-headed, okay? All right, would love to hear your feedback on that. Thank you so much for your question or your comments. All right, my people, thank you so much for all this. Fantastic. Okay, Leanne, let's do it. Would love a reading, please. Any messages or guidance at all? Just before I read for you, I'm just going to have a look quickly back here. Okay, I'm just going to go back. Bo said, well, thank you very much. Needed to hear this 100%. Going to give what you said a go. Awesome. Let me know how you go. I love that. Oh, and Jocelyn, you said that's my dad. That's so beautiful. He is a beautiful soul. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I'm sending you a lot of love and light, okay? Thank you for your feedback. He's got your back. I just want to tell you that right now. He is all over it. He has got your back, okay? All right, Leanne, let's change it up. Just got to cut from that. Boom. Okay. Just got to shift it a little bit for a minute there. Okay, cool. Okay, Leanne, let's do this. Okay, this is funny. So as soon as I connect with your energy, I feel like I've got an older woman come in. I feel like she is, it's almost like I would liken it to like South American or Mexican kind of cultural background. And the reason why I say that is because I'm hearing in my head, Bambaleo, Bambalea, Gypsy Kings, thank you. That's what I'm hearing playing in my head. So that's what's setting me off for that. Okay, I want to describe her a little bit to you. She comes through to me as a small woman, tiny, like maybe 5'1", definitely a rounder lady. She's wearing a dress as well. I feel like it's sort of a traditional outfit, honestly. I feel like there's a lot of stitching in it. I feel like she's got quite a few layers. I feel like she's sort of overdressed considering where I am in Australia. She feels like she's got multiple layers on her skirt and it's all handmade. Yes, and she's it's like I want to talk about Bolivia, honestly. She reminds me when I went to Bolivia, she kind of looks like that. Like she was sort of dressed, in Bolivian attire, I guess I could say. If you want to come closer to me too, so step into my energy a little bit so I can place it a little bit easier, that'd be great. She's got very strong hands. She's showing me her hands, a big feature on her hands. And one of the things she's showing me is she's very good at making bread, like not a tortilla, but like a really dense bread, like a pancake, but really flat, really dense as well. I feel like she's showing me this is something she took a lot of pride in. So I feel like that's something that's really significant for her. That's good. If you want to keep showing me stuff, if you want to step into my body as well, that would be good so I can feel your energy that way. I'm just listening and feeling it. I want to talk about the maize. So she's talking about the maize and in relation to corn and like creating something with corn. I feel like there's a lot of references here. She wants to talk about the kitchen a lot. So I'm definitely putting her in the kitchen, but I feel like she wants to talk a lot about traditional foods. Okay. And she's bringing up the maize. If I could get my guides to bring this energy in close, that'd be good. Can you also tell me where you sit, please, with Leanne, where you go? Uh-huh. So I would put her on the mother side of the family as well. So when I see you, I see her step behind you. And that for me lets me know that she's on the mother side of the family because she's on my right-hand side. I want to acknowledge a brother as well. She's talking about that, but she's talking to me in Spanish. She's like talking about Hermanzo. Is that how we say brother? I forget, but she's telling me that. All right, I'm going to pull a card for you as well. Feel free to stay here if you've got anything that you want to share, but I'm going to pull a card for Leanne, and then we'll move on to the next person. Again, if you ever want to have a private reading with me, just follow the links. That would be fantastic. And Leanne, if you've got any feedback, that would be really great. Would love to hear this. With this connection as well, I'm really drawn to the throat. I really need to cough. Okay. So very often that's about, that could be a COVID related thing. That could be a communication, thyroid, could be an acknowledgement of a respiratory thing that was going on there. I'm definitely feeling a lot of pressure though in the throat and the lung area for her. Okay. Thank you. A lot in the lungs, like a lot in this area here, a lot of pressure, a lot of heaviness. So I feel like that's a really significant thing for you to know about my connection with her. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, Leanne. So what I got for you is the card of the deep freeze card, okay? And there's this lion here, and the lion is, sort of frozen beside a beautiful, frozen lake. And there's a little bit of water coming through. And water is all about emotions, all about intuition. It's also number 26. 2 + 6 is an 8. 8 for me is a lot about abundance. It's about full circle. What we put out, we get back, that kind of thing. But it's also, I hear that, it's also about cycles. Okay. And it's like, we can't be on all the time. We don't have to be on all the time. We don't have to be doing all the time. We don't have to be productive all the time. Sometimes it's cool if we just chill out, right? Sometimes it's fine if we just sit down and we just hibernate for a little bit and we watch movies and we drink tea and we don't talk to anybody for a little bit. And that's what I feel is going on with you. I feel like you're kind of coming inwards and you're doing a little bit of assessing. And I love that. I hear that. And I feel like I would connect that this is like a grandmother level. So I'm just going to go with that, like a nana or nona or something. Although I don't think, anyway, I'm not going to read into that right now, but I feel like that's that kind of energy. But it's like talking a lot about getting into the kitchen and like getting back to your roots and like finding your way through food and finding your way through the ingredients that you're nurturing yourself. And I feel a lot of emotion as I'm saying that as well. So I hope this makes sense for you, because I feel like sometimes what happens is we kind of get lost and we need to come back. We need to regroup. Okay. And that's what a deep freeze is really good for. It's that hibernation. It's that time where we come back in and we regenerate, and then we come back out, and then we can be who we need to be for other people and for ourselves. We don't need to be like that all the time. So it's really about I'm just listening. Yes, it's about respecting the cycles. It's about being okay with not being okay, or being okay with being quiet. And I hear that is feeling like you don't need to justify all the time, like everything to everyone. If you just want to chill out for a little while, it's cool. You have permission to chill out. It's fine. So just give yourself that space. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull one more little card for you, and then we'll move on to the next person here. Thank you so much for everyone still watching. I've got quite a few people watching. Just under 30 people watching across various channels. So thank you for being here. I love that. Okay. And of course, Leanne, this is the home card. So it's just talking about, home is where the heart is. Home is where you're going to find yourself again, rejuvenate yourself, come back, remember your traditions. Your grandma wants to talk about this. She's like, come back to the roots, come back to the roots. That's where the home is. So it's about giving yourself a little bit of time to come back, relax, chill out, find your footing again, and then move on to the next step. So I would love to know if that resonates for you. If you could please let me know. And I'd like to thank your loved one in spirit as well. Thank you for being here. Much love. Okay, let's see who else we've got. Woohoo! Thank you everyone for all your awesome feedback and your comments and sharing this with your friends. I really appreciate that a lot. Okay, Kim Wilson, I need spirit guidance. I'm new here. Welcome. And I would love if you watching would follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, any platform that works for you. I often go live on all those channels, so not just this one. Okay, Kim. I'm just going to read the feedback from Leanne. Thank you so much. Beautiful. It really resonates with me. I feel like that may be the mother of my grandmother. Yes, I'm getting confirmation on that. Yes, because her attire was not modern. It was quite old school. She said, thank you. That message really resonated with me. You're so welcome. And I wish you so much love. Just be kind to yourself and take a lot of salt baths. And if you don't have a bath, you can put salt on your hands and do like a salt scrub, because the salt scrub is really good for energy and clearing your energy. Okay, Kim. Kim, can you let me know if you're around? Give me a little, hey girl, I'm here, or something like that. I'm going to do a little reading for you. Oh man, mediumship's coming through today. I love it. Okay, I feel like I've got like a really strong, tall man coming through here. Okay, he's really strong. He's very tall and he's quite thin. I feel like he's like straight, narrow like that. I do want to put him like around 6'3", 6'4". He does strike me as a older gentleman. Can you come through a little bit closer so I can see you? Just come a little bit closer so I can see you better. I feel like he's a smoker. Okay, only because he said I'm a smoker. I also want to place him around probably in his 60s or early 70s. Okay, if you want to come closer, can I get my guides as well to help me with this connection here so I can place him and get through some evidence, any hobbies, any memories, anything like that, anything physical. If you want to jump in as well, sir, that would be just fine, just so I can sense a little bit more about you. Thank you. And I'm just listening here, Kim. Listening and feeling. I'm really drawn to my throat and my lungs, really hard for me to breathe. I feel like that may be part of the smoking thing. I feel like I want to talk about the lungs, really heavy, like really hard to breathe. I'm feeling like there's a lot of blackness here. So that's really what I'm gravitating towards talking about, is a lot of that. Okay. Yeah. He is talking about had he made some mistakes while he was here. Okay. But he's really on the path of forgiveness and would like to ask for forgiveness. So I feel like that's quite heavy, and I've delivered that in a casual way, but I just want to acknowledge that that's the information that I'm getting, and I feel some emotion around that as I say that too. I also feel like my delivery, like I need to clear my throat, like there's something difficult for me to speak, like I'm having a difficulty with speaking. So whether or not that's part of the forgiveness thing that needs to happen here, okay, or whether or not that's also a cause of his passing, just need to acknowledge the throat as well as the lungs here. I'm also really wanting to come back and be really gentle and really delicate with the way that I speak with you about this, okay, and I'm feeling a lot of emotion. One of the things that I would recommend on the path to forgiveness is that you write a list, and this is for anyone watching that, is dealing with resentments, grievances, issues that that are still in the back of your mind, people that you need to forgive, want to forgive, or asking for your forgiveness, that sort of thing, tying up those loose ends. What you can do is you can grab a piece of paper and you can write down all the situations, all the people, all that stuff. I'm not saying you need to write the full story and blah, blah, blah. You could just write that person's name or write something that reminds you of what that is about. You go through each person and then you say aloud or on your own. And I would write, oh yeah, I hear that. Thank you. I would light some candles, have a bit of incense going, that kind of thing. And I would like you to go through and say to each thing, go, thank you. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. And I love you. Or I release you with love if I love you comes, a little bit more difficult. So you go, I'm sorry for the situation, the role I played, the role you played. I forgive you and myself for the situation and all that. Thank you for the experience and the lessons that I've learned along the way. And I love you, or I release you with love. So the idea is you go through and you do this as many times as you need to. And what you'll find is over the months and months that happen, certain people will no longer make the list. Some people will continue to make the list, but the pain won't be as intense. Okay, so that's really important. Okay, I delivered that message. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for you now, Kim. Ooh, I feel like we should bust out a different deck for Kim. Queen of the Moon Oracle. And I'm bringing this through because I think you're really wise. And I just think that you really connect with the moon cycles and the night. I feel like you're super creative at night. And I feel like you have just so much beauty and wisdom within you. I hear that. Thank you. And I feel like you could do a lot with connecting with the moon cycles. So there's a lot of books on working with the moon. I'd really recommend that you check them out. See what one gravitates with you. I think the moon cycles will really assist you in understanding why sometimes you feel more emotional than at other times, and also learning to harness the power of the moon. I think you'll find that's really good for you. Okay. Okay. I was just talking about gratitude, wasn't I? So the card for you is gratitude. And this is card number 23, and 2 plus 3 is a 5, and 5 is the number of change. And you can see there's like an older person's hand here and the younger person's hand holding that. I feel like it's a lot of healing of your ancestral line, your past, your family. And I feel like it's about healing that through those forgiveness practices, letting that go and being grateful for all the things that you have, and really starting to transmute a little bit of that. Okay. So I did mention when I was talking to Bo earlier that if you do a gratitude journal every day, 5 things that you're grateful for, that's going to be really good. It's going to put you in the area and the ability to receive the vibration of receiving. But anytime as well, you have those fears, those grievances, those past traumas and pains that come up, I want you to breathe in the love that you have for yourself, or your friend, or your partner, or your children, or your fur babies, or anything that just fills your heart with love. And I want you to go there. It's going to be a big practice for you in self-awareness, but you can do it because you're wise. I know that about you. And you're very deep. You're a deep, deep emotional thinker, emotional feeler. You feel a lot. So coming into gratitude, coming into love, all that stuff's going to be really important, okay? I'd love to hear how that works with you. Thank you, sir, for coming through. Much love to you. And thank you, Kim, for your comment. If you could let me know if that resonated with you, I would love to hear that. Thank you. Okay. Just going to have a sip of water, y'all. I need a drink. This beautiful mug. My girlfriend, Elsie Lake, gave it to me. And actually, Elsie and I will be here on Thursday, exactly the same time, doing readings together as well. So if you want more. Okay. And I see you. I'm coming for you. Where'd you go? Anne, Iva. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to write myself a note here. I want to make sure Kim gets her message if she's not on. I'm just having a quick, hey, Anne. Hey, just give me 1 second and then I'll do your reading. I'm going to have a little flippity-doo look here. I don't know why I said flippity-doo. That's really not how I talk. Is someone up there making me sound like that? All right, let me see. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments and the feedback. I love all the hearts. Yes, and Princess Unapologetic Sophia, she said the Ho'oponopono pray. That's exactly right. The reason why I didn't say Ho'oponopono is because I'm insecure on how to pronounce that word. But it is definitely, I should have acknowledged where that came from. I apologize. I say that now. Ho'oponopono, it's a Hawaiian practice, and I really recommend, everyone do it. Okay, and let's do this. So what do we would like some guidance on family finance issues, please? Okay. Okay. Number one of the things that I know for sure is that for me, finances, a lot of that's connected to the base chakra. Okay. And the base chakra is the root, also the root chakra is the red chakra. It's the one that connects us to the earth. It makes us feel safe and secure. It has to do a lot with security, financial and otherwise. So again, self-promoting here, my podcast. But if you go to the Afterlight podcast, wherever you get your episode or wherever you get your podcast, go back to the episodes that I did in December with Susan Corso. There's a part 1 and a part 2, and we talked a lot about the chakras and working with the chakras there. Okay. And it's important that you check that out because we talk in there a lot about how basically the chakra systems can be used to heal anything. And I personally believe that if you feel secure and safe, you don't need to worry about finances because you feel secure and safe no matter where you are. Okay. I feel like there's feminine energy around you as well because I just got a download here for you. So I just want to acknowledge that there's a feminine energy around you. I am, however, not going to go mediumship. I'm going to go on your question. I want to see what we get with that. I feel like this is the right deck, even though I feel like it doesn't make sense, but it feels good for me to shuffle this deck. So what we'll do is we'll pull a card here. We'll see what we get. And I might pull another card. Okay, so we're just looking for a little guidance around this. Okay, number 1, gratitude. I'm going to bring it back because when we focus on lack, we get more lack. When we focus on what we appreciate and love and are grateful for, we get more of that. Here's a couple of cool little things. Number 1, don't carry bills in your wallet. I mean, bills like receipts. Don't carry them in your wallet. You want to carry actual cash. And I know some people say, to have it flat with the people staring at you. Anyway, I read an awesome book called Bring Out the Magic in Your Mind, which is totally recommend anyone watching. Love it. And he talked about actually rolling your notes towards you. So you roll your bills towards you because it's like money goes out and then it comes back. So do that. Don't have coins and receipts only in your wallet. You want to keep money in your wallet if you can. Okay. Now, the other thing too is Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks's teachings. They do so much on money, finances, abundance training. You can find so much stuff online about that. It's really important. But one of the major things about finances is that we focus on what we have, not what we don't have. One of the practices that they often do as well is they say, have $100 bill in your pocket or your wallet and go around and spend it in your imagination. Go, ooh, I could buy that. I could buy that. I could buy that. I could buy that. And then if you do that 10 times over the day, then you basically energetically spent $1,000. And it's about that practice of getting into that frequency. I know it's totally woo-woo, but it works and it's awesome. So I hope you'll give that a go. Okay, this card flew out. We were waiting for something to happen. I freaking love this. It's so funny. Look it. It's the card of attraction. So this is talking a lot about what we put out, we get back. Okay. And I know you probably have some guidance on finance. I know you probably have some clear situations that you're looking at, but I just want you to really acknowledge your own mastery within this, your own ability to create whatever it is that you want. Okay. So I want you to think about yourself as like a magnet and go, am I putting out financial abundance, prosperity vibes, or am I doing the lack? The other thing you could do is donate a little bit of money. You could maybe give some money to the food bank or buy some food and give it, give a little bit. If you give a little bit, it's letting your the universe know, hey, I've got extra that I can give, and that's a good thing. It's not you like lacking. It's you being able to also share your abundance with others. Okay, let's see what else we get here. I just feel like there's a lot about your family in relation to this. It just needs to lift a little bit of the vibration. Be positive. Talk about things as you want them to be, not as they are necessarily. Talk about things in a positive way. And if you can't reframe things in a positive way, maybe don't talk about them at all until you can. Right? So if there's something going on, I think I saw earlier something about insurance or something like that. But if there's these issues that are going on, just remember, okay, have we done everything that we can? Have we dotted the I's and crossed the T's? Can we then just put it to the side and not actually worry about it? Because when we add worry, what that does is it like dumps. I almost think you're like salt and peppering your dreams with worry. So you just want to kind of put it to the side if you can and trust the process. One of the things that I did when I was involved with the court thing is I had a rose quartz and I just like kept it with my papers just to send unconditional love to the situation. Okay. And I feel like that was really helpful for me as well. So let me do one more card for you. I'm just going to do an angel answers card and see if we can get a little guidance for you as well, a little more additional support. I know I'm talking to you about things that have to do with you changing your frequency and your energy, but I really strongly believe that if you can do that, then everything will align for you. And it's when you're not in alignment that things don't align. Hope that makes sense. All right, let me see what we got here. Okay, so this is talking about recovery. So this is an interesting card. So this is about going within. This is about you taking some time to center. I feel like this is also about you getting out of the head and getting out of that fear sort of state, about you just trusting that things will unfold the way that they will. You know, the universe is not going to leave you alone. In the sense of like, they're not going to leave you hanging out to dry. You are going to be supported. You are always supported. So one of the things you could do is go, hey, can I get some support here? Some financial support, you know, can I get a little bit of encouragement? Can I get some good news? You know, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. And before you ask for all that stuff, breathe in the love you have for your family. Breathe in the love you have for your fur babies or your kids or your parents or your friends or anything like that. Start feeling that love and then say to the universe, hey, guide me to the next step. I'm ready. You know, show me the way. You know, how can I line myself with the energy of abundance? Okay. Just ask for that guidance and then start to pay attention to the signs that they show you. Denise Duffield Thomas is really good. She's a great author, Australian author. I've read her books, 3 of her books. I didn't finish Chillpreneur, but I read the other ones. Get Rich Like Lucky Bitch is really good. And there's another one, Lucky Bitch, I think. And then Chillpreneur. Those are really good as well because they actually have a lot of strategies about money manifestation. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, money is energy, and it's about changing the energy to attract the energy, like that magnet thing I'm talking about. Okay, so one of the things that this card is talking about here is it's talking about things may not go exactly as you're hoping them to go. We did get the no card in relation to that question, but I don't want you to be perturbed by that. I want you to remember, I hear that, thank you. Now, whether or not you connect with the word God is up to you. So just fill in the blank here. But rejection is God's protection. And there's always a lesson within something. Okay. So it's just about letting you know that everything is working out, not always the way we think it should, but the way it's divinely ordered. One of the things that I do as well is I say to Spirit, hey, can I attract that? Can I attract that? If it's for the highest good of all concerned, this or something better. So there's a lot of things that you can do in relation to that. Okay, I want to give you one more card just before we leave, so you're leaving on a high note. I'm going to pull it from the Spirit Junkie deck here, which is interesting because it's actually just an affirmation that I'm looking for you. And I want you to also have a look at Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks's teachings online. Overdose on that stuff. Check out those episodes from the podcast, okay, and see what resonates with you. Okay. All that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. So I want you to focus on love. I want you to focus on gratitude. I want you to trust that everything is working out the way it's supposed to, okay? And I want to send you a lot of love and light and encouragement and support during this time. And just remember, you have free will. You can change the future at the drop of a hat. If you start to get in alignment, who knows what's going to happen, okay? So hopefully that resonated with you. Would love to hear your feedback. Okay. Who is next? Thank you for all your comments. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. Okay. Joyce Patterson. Hi. I would love a reading in love and future. Oh, that's it? Okay. In love and future. Let us see. I'm just going to have a look here. I'll just be open, see what drops in. I've got to find appropriate deck for you, though. Where should we go? No, that's not right. This is what happens when you have 30 decks and you're thinking, oh, which one for you? Okay. Oh, I hear that. Thank you. Okay. They're telling me. I got it now. Okay. So Joyce, I'm just going to connect with your energy here. Just give me a second. You've got such nice energy. You're such a nice person. You just feel like happy and bubbly and bright and light. And like you would walk into a room and light up any room. I just feel like you have this electric magnetism around you, honestly. And I can definitely see, I feel like I've got a masculine energy coming through to connect with you with the most beautiful big smile. Like this guy is just resonating. He's just like tall. He's very similar energy to you, I gotta say. Is kind of like, damn, is this a power couple or what? I really feel like he's got this vivacious energy as well. I'm trying to see, I do want to put him in like marketing or PR or doing something in terms of like his, I feel like he's very charismatic and he uses that in his career and his line of work. So I feel like that's something that's, kind of worth keeping in the back of your mind. Let's just see what else we can get here. Yeah, okay. Okay. They're telling me to use the Angel Answers deck. So let's just look a little bit at timeline here for a second. Okay, so good news and also good news. Okay, number one, remember what I was telling Anne? Everything happens when it's supposed to. And they're telling me this a year from now. Okay, a year from now, you'll meet this guy. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you, because sometimes when I say to people, I'm like, oh, a year from now, they go, what? I'm ready now. And it's like, yes, but maybe they're not ready. You forget that you need a full person and a full person to create a full partnership here. So you forget that all these other things need to happen. Not you, but I mean, in general, people sometimes forget that part. So one of the things that they're telling me is to continue to keep your vibration high, to continue to follow the guidance of your emotions. Ooh, I'm getting confirmation, okay? To continue to have fun, all right? And also to stop looking, because I think sometimes what we do is like, could it be you? Could it be you? Could it be you? And one of the things that I like about you getting a year from now card is that you're going to, on some subconscious level, if this resonates with you, obviously put it through your own filter, make sure it resonates and feels right. You might go, actually, you know what? It makes sense to me that in a year from now, he'll be coming. So it's about you just enjoying your time up until then. It's about you just being free and enjoying yourself in your own company and getting to know yourself and doing the things that you want to do and just having that freedom and embracing that. And I would be very surprised if it didn't happen way sooner for you, honestly, because the minute you stop thinking about it is the minute that person's going to drop in. But it's really about that person needing to get their things sorted as well so that they can come and meet you halfway. Okay. I'm just going to see what else I can get for you, because I feel like they wanted to tell you that. I get that. Yeah. I feel like there's some stuff going on for you as well in the solar plexus chakra, in the tummy area. So I'm not sure if there's some digestion or some gut health stuff that's going on for you, but I really want to encourage you to look at some probiotics, and maybe look at a little bit less sugar. Like sometimes we have a lot of candida, which is just like yeast overgrowth. It's fine. But, maybe do a little research on that. See if you need some tweaks, probiotics, that sort of thing might work for you. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying that's what I'm getting when I connect with your solar plexus energy. That's also the color yellow. And also if you look at kind of sending some support for that area, you could eat yellow fruits, wear yellow, that kind of thing is going to be really helpful for you. But I think that would be important as well as look at the gut health stuff. Okay. Thank you to everyone as well who stuck with me. Just under 30 people watching on a variety of platforms. If you want to have a private reading with me, I would love that. Imagine what we could do for an hour. It'll be so fun. You can follow all my links are in the comments, and also follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, because I go live over there a lot. And I don't go on live on TikTok yet because I'm still trying to increase my followers over there so I can go live. But that would be great if you would help me out. Thank you. Okay, so Joyce, I'm just choosing one more card for you, and then I'll work with one more person. Okay, light and love. And your purpose is to bring light and love healing and light and love to this world. So I really feel like right now it's about you taking care of your stuff. It's about you, exploring different hobbies, you really coming into your power, you really stepping into, who you are and your divine purpose and all that. You really getting in alignment with your higher self. And then they're going to come in, then you're going to meet your love and it's going to work. And they're worth waiting for. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Would love to hear your feedback if that resonated with you. Okay, choose one more person. And just remember, if this person isn't you, there's still going to be an answer for you because you've hung out until now, which means that there's something for you in this. So let's see what we get here. Just having a look, sorry. If you're still here, please let me know. Thank you. Okay. Let's go with Mendiola. I haven't read for you before. Mendiola, may I please have a reading? I would love to leave a feedback. Okay, it's so funny. As soon as I connected with your energy, I feel like I had a man and a woman jump in here and go, yeah, like celebrate, like you got chosen for some big award or something like that. Okay, can you just step closer to kind of see who you are? Interesting. I feel like this is younger couples. So, sometimes when spirit passes, they show to me as younger. It could also be showing that they're younger because of their energy level. But I feel like they're a couple. And I want to put can you just step a little bit closer to me? Because I'm a little bit confused about your age. I feel like the woman is probably in her 60s and the man would be in his 70s. Okay. And I feel like they are a couple and they come in very close together. They've got a lot of really positive energy, really funny. Because it's like, as soon as I connected with you, they were celebrating. They were like, yeah, she won, even though this isn't a prize or anything like that. So I just want to acknowledge them. I'm not really going to work with them too much right now. Thank you for being here, though. Feel free to drop in anything as well, any impressions that you want, only because, Mendiola, we only have 3 minutes left, okay? So I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. I'm using a new deck, of course, because that's a good use of time. I feel like the older gentleman wants to talk about the cricket, wants to make reference to the cricket. Okay. I feel like he's very excited about the result in the cricket. So I just want to acknowledge that as well. I also want to acknowledge the throat thing going on there. So I feel like I really need to cough with him, tapping into his energy. I feel like it's really difficult for me to breathe. I feel like there's quite a bit of pressure on me here. Okay. And I feel like that may be a cause of his passing. Now with throat, I always say as well, if that's not what it was, it also could be about communication, things left unsaid. It could also be about COVID and thyroid. So there's a couple of ways that the throat can show up for me. A couple of different causes for that. Okay, we've got a couple minutes left, so I've got to focus on the prize here. Yeah, definitely a lot of throat. The other thing too that they sometimes show me is they show me throat because they want to show me, okay, I hear that. They want to show me that there could be a communication problem on your end as well. So if that doesn't make sense for his passing, it may be something that you need to look at within yourself. Now, I was going to keep shuffling because this card kind of like flew out. It was a little bit funny, but I felt like I hadn't done a good shuffle, but they told me this is the card for you. So this is the here and now card. So this is card number 32. 3 + 2 is a 5. 5 is the number of change. Now this little girl here is sitting on an egg. So she's sitting on the present moment. You can see there's past and future references here. One of the things that's important to remember is that you can only control what's happening in the present moment now. It's about letting the past go and letting the future go as well. Now, we can choose to think about the future and choose to think about the past, but it's important that we take the time to be here in the moment. I hear that. One of the things that sometimes happens to us is when we're so focused on the future or so focused on the past, we miss the things that are happening now. We miss those little signs from spirit. I feel like they're wanting me to tell you, they're leaving you signs, they're leaving you indications that they're around. It's about you paying attention, okay? They really feel like, we're trying to communicate with you, and you're like, la, 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 what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So it's about coming back and being in the present moment. To do that, you can come back to your breath. You can do a little bit of yoga. That's going to be really helpful to be grounded and be in the moment. Eckhart Tolle is one of the best spiritual teachers I think ever. And he does a lot of work with being in the now, here and now, changed my life entirely. But your position of power is really in the now. So I really want you to do whatever you can to be a little bit more mindful, to see if you can get a little bit out of your head and back into the here and now moment. And I feel like that's a really big thing for you to work on now, okay? I know that's a short and sweet reading. I hope that was still helpful for you. I want to acknowledge your loved ones who have passed that came over. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Please do follow me over on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and please do check out my podcast. New episodes go live every Thursday, over 300 episodes there on spiritual stuff with so many amazing guests. And I'm going to be back here, same place on Thursday, joined by my sister from another Mr. Elsie Lake, and we're going to be doing more readings together. So thank you so much for being here. Much love. Please do give me some feedback if you feel called to. I'm always trying to improve. And yeah, have yourself a great night. See ya. Bye.